For inviting me here today to speak with you about the brand I love, Variety, and to talk to you about how we engage celebrities and thought leaders in our live media events business. So I'm sure you've all heard of Variety, right? Everybody here knows Variety? We've been in business for 112 years and counting. It's an iconic brand that appears in movies and television shows, and it's part of the culture. It's a fixture in the entertainment industry. And that industry relies on us to provide award-winning breaking news coverage, insightful deep dive think pieces, must-read feature spotlights, top analysis of the entertainment's most promising players, and of course, reviews. So here's a little wheel here that shows Variety in 360, and you can see that Variety is so much more than magazine and our digital properties. We have an award-winning television series. We've won 2 Emmys for our Actors and Actors series on PBS. We have social media. We have over 4 million followers on social media. We have 24 million uniques on Variety.com. And we also have a custom content studio that produces storytelling for brands. And Variety has a thriving live media business. We produce over 35 events and summits throughout the year. I think that's a little known secret. People are usually very surprised to hear that. And today we're going to focus on that business. So we don't take a silo approach. We leverage these synergies across all of our units, working hand in hand. And we think we've done a pretty good job in diversifying this iconic brand. So our live media business is divided into 2 units. Summits, which are our series of thought leadership conferences, and we sell tickets to those events, in addition to bringing in sponsorship. And our celebrity influencer events, which are all invite only. Our summits range from conversations at CES in Las Vegas to Massive, which is our entertainment marketing conference. We also have a sports and entertainment summit, which we just did last week, big data, and 2 Tech conferences, one in New York and one right here in Los Angeles. Some of our celebrity events include our Power of series that honor top A-list talent for their charitable contributions. Our 10 to Watch series is where we honor up-and-comers, like we have 10 actors to watch, 10 directors, 10 cinematographers, and we do those at film festivals throughout the country. And then we also have a video and portrait studio. We have one in Sundance, one in Toronto, and this year for the first time we went to Cannes Lion. And then of course the TV series Actors and Actors, which is shot right here in Los Angeles. And then on top of all of this, we also throw a lot of parties. We throw parties for Oscars, we throw them for the Golden Globes, Emmys, we have lots of private dinners. So, and then we also have a series of thought leadership breakfasts. So we're extremely busy. But we like to think our events are so much more than a step and repeat on a logo. They are a content play for brands that allows them to amplify their current marketing campaigns. So the events that we produce have several mandates. They must be an extension of our editorial vision. They have to be smart, because of course Variety is very smart, sophisticated and glamorous, and they have to provide great networking and a platform for the brands that are coming in as sponsors. So we like to think of Variety as a community, and it's a community that creates incredible access. But it is very important to us that not only must our events be entertaining, but they've got to be a place where business actually gets done. So here are some factors in creating a successful event when you're pulling celebrities in. So the very first thing you have to think about is, what is the purpose of the event? Is it to complement an actor's campaign during award season? Is it to raise awareness for a particular charity? The content is also very important. What type of content are we trying to create? Is it tied to a feature? Is it custom content? Is it video-based, or is it more geared to the live experience like a summit? The location has to be centrally located. It has to be amenable to the sponsor needs, such as we usually have car displays. Is it going to be in a new location, or is it going to be in something that's very established and well-known, like we do a lot of our events at the Four Seasons? The talent. Okay, so this is the most important consideration when we put together an event. How are we going to get the talent? What talent are we going to bring in? From an editorial perspective, our editor-in-chief, Claudia Eller, makes the decisions as to who we're going to honor and who we're going to put on our covers. And then for our summits, we have an in-house programmer that procures talent. And then we also have someone on my team that does talent wrangling, and he brings in the celebrities for our events. And then we have to make the decision, are we honoring talent? So each event is different and specific to how much of it is editorial and how much of it is marketing-based. And then, of course, who is available? Who's in market promoting a project for an award or a nomination? And then some of the other things that we have to think about, well, the most important thing is we have to get talent releases so that everyone is very much aware as to what is going to happen at that event, what pictures are going to be used, how much interaction they're going to have with the brand. So it's very important that you pull your lawyer in from the beginning. Our production is all done in-house. Sometimes we will hire outside designers to help us with some of the larger scale events. The food is an important consideration. We tend to be very conservative. Who's going to come? Who's going to do the publicity? What is it that the celebrities want to get out of it in terms of publicity? What do the brands want from publicity? And of course, what does Variety want out of the event? And how are we going to integrate the brands? So let's take a look at one of our most popular events, the Power of Women. It is a biannual luncheon that we do in New York and Los Angeles with approximately, we have 500 to 600 people, mostly women in the industry. These are the most successful women leaders that work in the entertainment industry, and it's an invite-only luncheon. The event has historically been presented by Lifetime, and it celebrates 5 to 6 A-list women in entertainment and their philanthropic passions. Each woman receives a Variety cover and profile in the magazine and, of course, online. The honorees are all selected by Claudia Eller, our co-editor-in-chief, and in addition to the honorees, we also have a Women's Impact Report that honors 50 women who have done a lot for industry and philanthropy during the year, and they're invited to the luncheon. So here's just gives you an example of some of the types of celebrities that we tend to have at these events and who we honor. So Jessica Chastain, Laverne Cox, Miley Cyrus, Blake Lively, Helen Mirren. So you can see that we do attract A-list people. So let's take a look at all of our events. Our partners and brands are integrated into the program. So the brands can do product demonstrations, they can do sampling, gifting, they can create fabulous photo opportunities. So this is a big mandate, of course, right? Because of social media, we want to get that Instagram moment, we want to push everything out on Facebook, we want to really get deep engagement on social media. And of course, we also want to get a lot of publicity on television about it as well. And then we also allow the brands to come up with some type of fun activity to really get that engagement up, which I'll show you some examples. So here's something that we did at the Power of New York event with Mariska Hargitay. So she has a foundation called the Joyful Heart Foundation, which heals and educates survivors of sexual assault and domestic abuse. So one of our great partners, Karma, which is this gorgeous luxury electric automobile, wanted to present a specific award. So we decided, let's give it to Mariska. And then Jim Taylor, who's the Chief Revenue Officer of Karma, came in and he presented her an award at the event. There were many great moments of her with the car, but what was really fabulous about this moment was that we had Kathy Lee and Hoda from the Today Show actually shooting at our event, and they sat down with Mariska, and they were able to talk about the Karma Award. So this was fantastic publicity for Karma. So Lorac is a great example of how partnering with Variety is not just a day of opportunity. You can extend your brand reach before and after the event. So Lorac was able to participate in more than just the on-site gifting, which they did. They had a big suite, and they did makeup touch-ups, as well as participating in our gift bag at the event. But we gave them the opportunity to connect with our honorees, stylists, the makeup artists, to provide makeup for the cover shoots of the celebrities and also to do their makeup the day of the event, so that when they were, all the pictures that were taken afterwards, they were all wearing Lorac makeup, which was fantastic for the brand. And the brand was also interested in participating in our philanthropic efforts, and they matched Variety's contribution for Helen Mirren's charity. And then at the Power Women last year, we honored Sarah Blakely for her charity, her foundation that she started for Moms to Be. And then we were able to have a Spanx, because obviously her company is Spanx. We had a nice pop-up booth where we did gifting, and she was showing off her new leggings. So they were all different colors and different sizes, and so all the women at the event got to go during the cocktail hour and choose their fabulous Spanx. And then she has, she launched a book called the Belly Art Project, which showcases moms to be with their bellies transformed into works of art. So that was in the gift bag as well. But what was an important moment for Sarah was that she had just launched her Instagram account. So this was a great event to really get her account going. So our event for the Power of Women in Los Angeles received 1.5 million social impressions and over 1.5 billion media impressions. Something that we did at our studio, our Variety Studio, we provided Shop Op with the opportunity to connect with celebrity stylists and talent. So this is our series that we shoot where we have like Tom Hanks talking to Nicole Kidman. It's called Actors on Actors. For the studio, the stylists were able to shop online for their talent's look for the photo shoot and the interview. And at the studio, the talent was asked to discuss their character style versus their own personal style. So those quotes were paired with the photos taken at the studio, and they were put up on shopop.com so that the consumers could go in and shop the look. So, of course, we had airtight talent releases around all of this, but this was a great execution for the brand. This is my favorite execution that we've ever done, and we did this with American Airlines, and this was in our Actors on Actors studio, and they set up a big board. It was a dart game, and the bullseyes were the American Airlines hub, and they have a charity called Miles for Kids in Need, and so we had the stars coming in and playing and competing against each other. And what was great about this is that actors by nature are very competitive. So we really got everybody playing, and it was great fun. And why don't we just show a quick video clip so you can get a feel for what we do. So you can see that they were really participating, and this is what you got to get them to do, right? Because if they're having fun, then they take out their phones and they start taking pictures of themselves, and they start posting your brand on their Instagram accounts and on their Facebook accounts, and it's very powerful. And just as an aside, when I was out and watching, Jennifer Lopez came and she picked up the dart and she went like this, and she hit the bullseye immediately, like easily and effortlessly, and I thought, wow, she really is Jenny from the block. So we go to Toronto every year, and we have a studio where we do interviews of every major player that comes through the festival. Airbnb was interested in amplifying their brand and building their local travel guides for specific places to go in various cities. So through our studio, they created this branded lounge and encouraged talent to fill out these Mad Lib cards that said, like, the best place for blank is in blank. And for each card that was filled out, Airbnb donated money towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we had all different types of engagement on this. Like Amy Adams wrote, "The best place for burritos is Benny's in Colorado." Nicole Kidman wrote, "The best music is in Nashville." You can see some of the stars that engaged with this, and then we posted it up on the wall, and of course there were lots of photos. And at every event, we have a photographer assigned to the brand to make certain that we capture those great moments and the social, for social and PR. And of course, we always attach someone from Variety to work with the brand to make sure that the celebrities are engaging with their brand. That's really important to us. So at our sports summit, branded content is also very important to us, so we're able to capture branded content sometimes off of our events. So we were very fortunate that at our sports summit last year, Jamie Foxx is the brand ambassador for Mercedes, and Mercedes was the presenting sponsor, and we were able to do a fun video clip interview with Jamie Foxx and Dwayne Wade. I don't have time to show you that right now, but it worked out so well because Dwayne Wade and Jamie Foxx are very good friends, and Dwayne Wade was our keynote. So just to quickly go through some of the best practices that you need to use when you're engaging with celebrities is you must be very clear with the ask. They have to know ahead of time what is going to be expected of me exactly. You've got to figure out what's the publicity angle. What are they going to get out of it? Make sure you're very clear in the run of show. Allow them time to rehearse. If they have speeches, make sure they send the speeches to you ahead of time so you can control the content. We always work to have great relationships with publicists, and we're very fortunate in that we do, so we are able to get talent when we need it. Identify charities that celebrities are really passionate about. That's also very helpful in getting celebrities to engage with your brand. Don't overwhelm them with requests. So this is one that even we have been challenged with, right? So you have to figure that if you're having a studio and you have all these different brand activations and you have so many people coming through it, you don't want to start pawing at them, right? Because everyone has to feel safe and they don't want to feel like, oh, this is just too much. So you have to get the right mix of how you're going to pull them in to get people to engage with your brand. And of course, make sure you have these talent releases. That is a very, very critical piece of everything that we do. So I hope, I could have gone on all day. We've done so much, but time is up. And I hope that that was informative, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we do at Variety. Thank you so much for having me.